course.
Find a whirling agent of copper, Adra, and stone. I have
And
no
then
idea.
you hit your own father?
Not I, that was Isilmir.
Yeah, but you're the same person.
Fying cock's feathers to that!
I see your point.
I need to look this up. I have no idea what the answer is. Oh, it's not in the White March. That's interesting. I also have no idea where this Abbey of the Fall is. Oh, it's in White March Part 2. See, I see.
looks a little healthier than before.
The wind. No, not worth it. Oh, wait. Plus 12 field reflection. Alright, let's leave. Go to a place I have not been to for a very long time.
Been wondering about what you told Yalvino about seeing souls. All that Watcher business true?
She twists her torso to face you. Yes.
Mayhap I'm looking for someone. Woodcutter by the name of Harmka.
This doesn't have anything to do with Cold Morn, does it?
It sure does.
Her fingers tighten into fists, the metal squealing and rattling.
He was one of them. The mob that destroyed Cold Morn. I tracked him to Stalwart years ago, but got caught before I could finish my business.
Dark, iridescent whorls appear and fade on her chest plate. Heat ripples from her metal carapace. Sounds like there's more to it. This one's personal to you.
This man, Harmka. I saw him outside my house the night it burned, staring into the flames the way I seen you stare into souls.
Her fists clench and loosen in a series of rapid, random movements.
I knew it were a fool's errand trying to hunt down every man and woman that carried a torch into Cold Morn. But
She twists her head from side to side and holds up a hand, a delicately engraved palm, empty but grasping at something.
If I knew I got the one responsible for my kin and my hearth, I might could rest easy.
How can you be so sure about this Harmka fellow?
I took a good long look that night. Ours was a little place with a yellow door right on the edge of town. He was there.
He nods slowly.
Besides, I asked around when I first got to Stalwart. Townsfolk said that all the woodcutters in town took part in the purge. Point of pride for them.
A small plume of heat rises from a seam in her skull. What does this have to do with me?
I told you he was part of the mob. I spotted him watching my house when it burned. But when we find him, I want to know if he's the one responsible for my home, my parents, and my brothers and sister.
One of her thumbs rubs absently at a scratch on her hand.
I never thought I'd have the chance to know for sure. But you could look into his soul and find out. You being a watcher and all.
Finding out might be getting your hopes up. How would you feel about a solid hunch instead? I'll do what I can.
Mighty fine of you. Mighty fine indeed.
She nods again, her head bobbing along to a drowsy cadence.
Don't know where he dallies these days, but someone in Stalwart could tell us. People from little villages, they always know. Effigy's eyes, that man loved to talk. If it's sane and logical reasoning you're wanting, you're gonna be disappointed. Ain't no sense in any of it.
Maybe I believe there's something good in you. A soft hissing noise comes from the bronze column. You recognize it as a sigh.
Mayhap you've heard of Coldmore. Was a quiet, forgettable patch of the woods. Till a pack of rabid clodhoppers set it afire.
Fingers of one hand twitch and click against one another in a pair of sudden spastic motions.
That was the start of the purges. Dear Woodens killing their own.
You're upset. A sudden burst of heat flares from her seams as her essence surges and boils.
A farmer on the other side of the mountains woke up one day with his head all aflame and took it for the gibbering speech of his god. And so did a few thousand of his countrymen. So when he tired of Vorlus fields and marched west, a horde of armed Hicks followed.
You're talking about Waidwin and the Saints' War.
Bunch of fool nonsense is what I'm talking about. But others have called it the same. If you know that much, then you've heard of Cold Morn. Ours was the village that let a few thousand of Widewind's troops pass through.
You were from Cold Morn? When I heard what happened out there after the war, I couldn't believe my ears.
Fine line between couldn't and wouldn't.
I think I already know the answer to this one. I guess you didn't have much of a choice. The Woodens aren't the forgetful sort. You must have known that one and well.
Maybe not. But the Raid Sarens had us clean beat in numbers. Even bumpkins like us figured that. Just look at Mercy Vale. They fought back. And now there ain't one stone standing atop another in the whole village.
She sweeps one bronze palm against another, metal screeching.
Besides, we asked the Duke for help. Told him Widewind's troops was coming through the mountains. Seems he had better uses for his soldiers.
She crosses her arms over her plated chest.
So we let Widewind's soldiers pass. Left him for the Duke to wrangle on his own terms.
You hear a soft clank as she flicks her wrist. The Cold Morn was purged in retaliation.
Was after the Godhammer made a fine grit out of Widewind, when Deerwoodens were running on rage and looking for something to burn.
You clutch glimmers and glints at her seams as razor's thin wires pull tight within her body.
They came at dark. Hundreds of folk. Every one of them mourning someone lost in the war.
A dry chuckle ticks in her throat.
Must have decided it was our duty to escort their dead back to the wheel. They didn't light their torches till they had us surrounded. Time we saw 'em, there was a ring of fire closing around us.
She pauses, and a mechanism in the back of her head skull clicks dully.
I woke. Ran to the window. Whole village were a maze of flames. Couldn't see nothing for the smoke. And the screams.
Her thumb spasms to a strange rhythmic beat.
Most ran for the streets. Got caught by the mob. Others hid, let their houses burn down around them.
I'm so sorry, that's terrible.
You're the only person in the Deerwood who thinks so. Me, I'm surprised the Duke didn't make our massacre a festival day.
What did you do to survive?
Ran, fought, hid, burned. Same as my neighbors and family. Just luckier.
What does that have to do with your crimes?
Hunting down the men and women what took part. Thought that much was clear.
That's pointless.
No point to most of the things Kith spend their time doing. None at all.
Her head squeaks as she moves it from side to side.
But that's not why we do things, is it? No. We do what we do because it appeases our sense of how the world ought to be. Or blazes just because it feels nice.
Something in her essence kindles, radiating a sense of grim satisfaction. What exactly did you hope to accomplish?
It were a mob that destroyed our village. But it was just one man that burned my family's house. Kept hoping I'd get to him as I was working my way through the rest of those maggots. No matter now, I suppose.
A sigh rattles out of her bronze skull, but her essence whips and twitches, as restless as a cat's tail.
Only kind to have with someone like him. Or me. No other way to feel about the man who flayed my living soul.
How much this game in Steam? Oh shoot. I don't remember. I bought this game a long time ago, but I haven't played it until now. Let me check. I believe the Steam sale is going on right now, and it's on a discount. Oh, and welcome Tamic Games to my stream. Oh, never mind. The sale's over, it seems. It's $30 USD on Steam.
Around about 13 years. Too long, you ask me. He'd spread butter on bread and claim he made something. Never been accused of modesty, that man. He managed to stuff my soul into this heap of bronze, true enough. Maybe that makes him a genius. Also makes him a son of a bitch.
She drums her fingers along one scratched bicep. Did you ever consider murdering him?
Every day. Just kept putting it off. It's not like either of us was going anywhere. Looked after his tools, cleaned the workshop, swung the sledgehammer. Oh, and snatched up travelers for his soul tinkering.
Those other golems, you mean?
But don't you worry. They were all bad folk.
That's terrible.
Maybe so, but I got a feeling you didn't bring me along for my charming personality.
Talk about something else.
Yeah, I've had enough of
Durgan's
it.
barrier.
Just 'cause I'm made of metal don't mean I got any special fondness for smiths and forges.
She flicks the bronze of her forearm, producing a dissonant ring. Do you know anything about it?
No more than what Galvino already told you.
Do you remember any of the other expeditions that came to Calvino?
Nothing specific. Everyone looks about the same when they got their fingers up their noses.
Ew. She pauses thoughtfully, then her head snaps forward in a tiny quick moment of realization.
Only the last group, one before you, there was something different about them.
3 of her fingers clench and spasm.
Couldn't put my finger on it, but they was dangerous. Almost felt the hair on the back of my neck.
Wait, you have hair on the back of your neck? She runs her hand along the smooth, segmented bronze of her neck.
Ain't felt that way about anyone else walking through Galvino's door, that's for sure.
Never mind.
Murder, tracking, and the best materials for kindling. Those are more my area of expertise.
What was your life like before the Saints War?
There weren't much to say about it. By my reckoning, that means it was pretty good.
She nods thoughtfully.
Ma was a trapper, taught me to set snares and dress game. Dad was a tinker. I never had his patience, but it were fun to watch him work. My brothers and sister, they was good folk too. Part of me's glad they ain't here to see me now.
Her face is as blank as ever, but her essence ebbs and writhes. She turns away. That's all. Fine, Harmick. The S-Tux seems to hum as it nears the Engwithan machine. Something arcs between the steel blade and the Adra core of the ancient device. The voices in the S-Tux grows quieter, and the weapon feels more powerful. New writing appears along the blade. Find the sun-kissed hillocks where the dead folk sleep. Rest beside their wasting flesh. Inspect what dreams you reap. I have no idea what this means. This is too hard. Oh shoot, I need to hire a new hireling. Valiant shock me. Welcome to the team. Oh, that's a very long travel time. 1 day, 11 hours.
Looks a little healthier than before.
This remember Ultima Online? I've heard of that game, but I wasn't interested in it before Ultima Online because it sounds like a multiplayer game. Let me look that up. Oh, cool. You get it through the EA store. Interesting. You still have difficulties understanding English by audio? Oh, is my pronunciation bad? No, never mind. I know what you mean. But I still hope you enjoyed this.
Didn't think I'd miss this place. Had that much right.
Is it true? I saw the lights from the battery. Did you really open it? The Orlane claps his hands in wonder. I can't believe it. I was sure I'd never make this route again, but who knows what rarities will come from those holes, Such an exciting time.
Been 200 years since folks set foot in Durgan's battery. Now you've cracked the place wide open, and with quite the display. Thanks to your help, we just might pull through. You've done a lot.
She shakes her hand. And here, I've been saving these, some of the last gems we recovered before we had to close the mines. With any luck, we'll have them open again soon. She gives you a small pouch, gemstones twinkle inside. I'm glad I could help. So are we, but I'm hoping you will make use of the White Forge too, if you haven't already. She nods at you. After all, it doesn't get much better than Durgan steel. If you can forge some into your existing gear, you will have a powerful set of equipment in your hands. So, what happens now for Stalwart? Now it's up to us to use the opportunity to pull ourselves back together. She folds her arms. She frowns. I'm still not pleased about having Baragon's clan a stone's throw from our gates, but I'll have to hope that you deal with her holds. Only other thing that would have helped is having Tanya still with us. She knew damn near everything about mining. Real shame, but we should have known she wouldn't be with us much longer. She lowers her voice. To be honest, I didn't really think anyone could open the battery. It just gave folks something to hope for. I still don't know if the White Forge will be enough to keep us going, but at least we've got a chance.
What's on your mind?
Do you know where I could find Harmkay?
Probably out in the russet wood, chopping timber.
The eyes that devoured Karak.
Are we the supporting cast in a revenge ballad now? They never make it to the final verse.
Why do you want to know?
A friend asked me.
Well, if you don't find him, just check back later. What's on your mind?
Seems I was wrong about you. Most of these adventurers come for gold and glory and leave us with a new heap of trouble. You've been different.
Farewell.
Village was a touch livelier when I saw it last. Ain't saying much, though.
Her head swivels as she looks around. What do you remember about Stalwart? Oh, they're going through rough times.
Rough times is the only kind they got up here.
Why did you want to come back anyway?
Anything's better than Galvino's workshop. You ain't heard the old buzzard sing.
He turns away again.
Right here.
Oh, I cannot unequip it. I was wondering what would happen if I take it off. Why do you have a spear?
Right here.
Hey,
You may wander our camp freely.
Following your lead.
There you are. It's him, Harmke. I remember that weak chin and those knobbly knees. She stops, staring motionless at the figures among the trees. The weak chin and knobbly knees can't be too many people matching that description.
how goes?
The elven man emerges into the clearing and freezes, staring at the devil of Karak. For an elf, he's tall and rangy, with a weather-beaten face beneath stringy, greasy hair. The others with him turn, glaring and gaping at the bronze golem.
Auroch's shadow. What's that wicked thing doing here?
Karmik swallows a lump, bobbing into his neck. Looking for you.
Me? You can't mean...
His face goes pale.
Look, we don't want no trouble. Just trying to do our work.
Beads of sweat have formed on his forehead despite the chilly air.
We'd be much obliged if you'd leave us be. And take that thing with you.
He looks at the devil with a mixture of terror and loathing. Enough. What do you see, Blazechar? Is that the man who torched us? The devil sways on her feet, her whole body moving around the axis of her ankles. Though she's talking to you, her attention, a concentrated spear of essence, is focused on Harmke. Who are you?
Just a woodcutter. Ask anyone in Stalwart. They'll tell you.
What are you dialing for? See what's written on that bastard's soul. Her essence boils and throbs. Harmke, do you remember the village of Cold Morm?
Everyone does. Let the raid Sarens into the Deerwood. What's that got to do with anything?
I want answers, Blazechar. If he don't stop his mewling, so help me, I'll rip them out of his head myself. Read Harmke's soul. He steps away from you, but your awareness reaches through his trembling skin and the feeble resistance of his fear. You see memories, snow-shrouded forests partitioned by fallen pines and firs, days measured by the steady swing of your axe. There are other moments too, recollections that flare up was like a hearth's welcoming fire. There are children spry and lanky like you, but still full of the rowdy energy of youth. Together you scatter winter bloom petals on a grave. You reach deeper into Harmke's soul. Ears roll back, a torch in your left hand bathes your face and shoulder in heat. All around you are other men and women holding other torches, and the mountain air is acrid with the stench of smoke and sweat. Rage billows off of the others. It's been a fever in your blood for days now, exhausting you and invigorating you in equal measure. You're at the edge of that town, cold morn. It's hours yet before dawn, but the commotion has started to awaken the village. Candlelight ignites behind frost-crusted windows, and haunted faces peer at you through the glass. You begin to doubt yourself. Just then, a door slams. A villager comes racing through the streets, kicking up snow. With his dark white hair and pale face, he almost looks like a ghost. The line of torchbearers ripples as he gets closer. He picks up speed, but nobody moves toward him. You imagine him breaking through the row, shattering your ranks like the bad dream that brought you all here. You imagine waking up in your bed, the heat from your torch nothing more than the warmth of your wife sleeping next to you. Instead, the villager reaches the row of torchbearers a stone's throw away from you. The woman advances from the line and buries her dagger in his neck. The rest of your fellows shout. Rage, memory, and bloodthirsty triumph boil up in you. You all came with a purpose. You came to bring justice to the traitors of Cold Morn. The next few hours are painted in colors more vivid than life. You put your torch to anything that stands and your sword to anyone who runs. It is as if Margaret herself whispers in your ear and guides your hand. Exhaustion has almost cooled your rage when you spy a house at the edge of town, one of the only buildings that hasn't been already burned. It's flanked by knotty spruce trees, and the door is painted yellow. Yellow, the bloom of sunrise, the hue of your son's hair, the color of cowardice. Just then, someone barrels into you from behind. It's a man, someone you remember from the journey to Cold Morn, though you can't recall his name. He snarls at you, mad with indiscriminate rage, and it occurs to you that he's mistaken you for one of the villagers. You smash the window and hurl your torch inside. The other man has turned away. You think you hear a child shriek within the house, but it's impossible to tell above the roar of the riot. Armcase shivers as you pull away from his memory. His eyes are white with guilt and fear. Spit it out, Blazechire. What did you see? Her feet are rooted in the snow, but her limbs jerk and jangle. He burned down your house. She stares at Harmke. You hear only a whirring mechanism in her throat, where Harmke leans closer.
What did you say?
His mouth quivers. What did it feel like? The torch in your hands, the blade you carried, what did they feel like? A wild and inhumane scream echoes out of the bizarre machinery of her throat. It drops Harmke and his companions to their knees, where they cry out in terror. Gears squeal and cranks as she rushes at him. Oh shoot. Oops, I don't want this.
Of course.
How goes? Auroch's Shadow. Me? Look, we'd be much... Just a... Everyone does.
It's not that simple. Don't give me that greasy horse hit. You looked into the squalid dregs of his soul. Tell me what you saw. She steps toward you, strangely clumsy. Heat patterns streak and flare across her body. The snow melts around her feet. He's not responsible for what happened to your family. But I remember him. How can you be sure? Her fists clang down onto her knees. I looked into his soul. As she looks from Harmke back to you, a despairing groan rises out of her throat. Questions bubble and burst in her essence. Finally, the heat patterns fade from her chest plate, and her body surrenders its tension. What a waste. She watches as Harmuk runs and stumbles away. As he disappears, she turns back, her joints rattling like empty pots and pans.
Almost 15 years I've been looking for him.
She stares ahead as you approach the ink-black marbles of her eyes, fixed on some distant point. Her essence swells and swirls in the throes of contemplation.
Now I'd rather we never cross tracks.
She shivers, metal rattling. But you have more certainty now. Surely that's better.
I only know it weren't him that torched my house. Don't know that I'd call that certainty. Used to be I had something to hunger for. Stung at me night and day, but at least it was something.
She looks at her empty hands, the fingers splayed like a dead spider's legs.
Now there's nothing. Not even that burn of wanting something. Just that look on his face.
I remember he seemed frightened, but also repelled.
That's the one. After Cold Morn, folk used to leer at my burns, full of disgust. Or they'd realize who I was, and then it was the terror. Maybe hate.
She tilts her head to the side.
But this... the way Harmka looked at me. The way I've seen near everyone but you and Galvino look at me. All it did was remind me...
Of what?
that this is a madman's fever dream. Like a prison. But no, because in a prison, you lay your head down and you feel the straw soft beneath you. Your flesh prickling in the cold, black bread crumbling on your tongue.
She turns her arms in front of her, examining the scroll work on the back of her hands with horror and wonder. You're right, that sounds awful.
I still dream I'm folk. I wake up some mornings wondering why I can't feel the floor beneath me, thinking I must have fallen and gone crippled. But then I lift my head, see a bronze corpse stretching out in front of me.
She lowers her head, a tremor runs through her. I'm sorry you have to go through that.
It's not pity I want, it's a choice.
She draws back from you.
I dreamed too of what Galvino did that night. Those moments. I'd endure another cold morn if it'd spare me this fate.
She rubs her hands together, tracing her even joints with her fingertips. What happened exactly?
It was after I got caught in Stalwart. They'd locked me in a little house by the inn, the old mayor and his cronies.
Her head dips as she remembers.
When a crowd of them came for me in the dark of night, I was only surprised it had taken them so long.
She hesitates.
Only they didn't march me to no gallows. No. They snuck me to another house on the edge of town, real sneaky-like. That's where I met Galvino.
He's the one who transferred your soul.
Weren't nobody fonder of reminding me. He was fiddling with some machinery in his workshop. Had his sleeves rolled up even though it was cold enough to see your breath. Never actually looked at me until he started fitting some copper helmet over my head. By that time, the mayor's goons had me trussed up good and tight. Galvino was having himself a grand time barking orders at that lot.
I think I see where this is going.
So while Galvino's fastening that helmet over my head and them copper bands around my arms, I'm starting to look at his contraption. And that's when I see it.
Her black eyes are fixed on some indefinable point. Her essence dims.
It's this metal suit strapped into the machine just like me. A cold, dead-eyed thing, all done up with fancy carvings and such.
She shivers, her joints chittering. This was the suit you inhabit now, you mean?
The one.
Her voice buzzes from her head, cold and distant.
I start asking Galvino and the rest of them what's going on, but they're too busy to answer. Then suddenly, they're waiting, staring at me with that fixed, horrified look. But they ain't watching me. They're watching for something to happen.
Her eyes flicker, rolling and scraping behind her face.
Galvino tells the woman nearest the machine to flip the handle, and then just pain. Being torn apart every which way, feeling my soul peeled from my body.
Her limbs twitch and shudder. She pauses, waiting for her body to fall still.
By the time I came to, I couldn't feel a thing. Just this dull, distant sort of ache.
I heard the old man cackling and chattering. When I saw him looming over me, looking down at me with hungry eyes, I tried to scream, tried to swing at him.
I think that was when I knew.
She shakes her head and falls silent. How could anyone put another person through something so terrible?
I reckon I'm the wrong person for that sort of question. But if it cools your conscience, Galvino didn't get off easy. The rest of Stalwart didn't take kindly to having a killer in their midst, nor to seeing their mayor and the Ornery Valians strike a secret deal. They drove Galvino out, destroyed a fortune in machinery, and wrote a letter to the Academy in Salona, ruining what was left of his name. Still, he's lucky he didn't get a pelting. The old mayor fled too, and Stalwart's been as snug and cheery as ever.
Now that we've dealt with harm, Kay, why have you stuck around?
You're better company than Galvino.
She says it in an offhand, teasing fashion, but she looks away from you, fidgeting with the rivet.
Been a while since I were out in the world. Guess I'm keen on seeing more of it, even if I'm stuck with a bleeding heart. Anyways, I've been wondering about that fortress.
She looks away again, flexing a wrist point. You're acting unusually coy. She's quiet, fixated on her squeaking joint.
Near everyone thought it'd have just the thing they need.
She ticks a list off on her clicking fingers.
Those villagers wanted to fix up their brook downtown. Galvino always thought it carried some great secret of Animanson, and all them adventurers came looking for fancy gear.
What were you hoping to find?
I don't know. Something to help me feel. Or forget. Effigy's eyes, maybe just something new.
Tips of her middle fingers clack together.
I just figured, with those dwarves being expert smiths and all, maybe they had something to unmake me. Put me back into my body.
I didn't see anything like that in Durgan's battery.
I know, it were just a passing fancy.
She turns away, her husband's buzzing with agitation. Okay.
Hey. Of course.
Oh shoot, that's a lot of people. Engage them.
Aztec worth and wrath.
Oh, next.
Of course. Sacre Thu!
Nice. Now it's up to Adir now.
Crave thou feel. Yes?
Hey. Hey.
Oh, what's this? Sun-touched mail of Iron Wrath. Grant Sunbeam. I don't know how good this is. Scroll of Whale. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. You have found it. Now lose it again. High Archivist Grimda asked me to bring this back. The voice laughs. Would you appease a dwarf or a god? You think this theft was an accident? The voice seems to shift, as if the speaker were constantly changing age, race, and sex. My relics were never meant to stay in one place for long. They are meant to be lost and found. It is the search that gives a thing value. Take it to the Black Meadow. Find a drake that faces east and bury it neath its skull.
Hey,
Where's the Black Meadow? Let's visit Cade Noir first.
better indeed.
If you say so.
Hmm. Nice. Oh wow, this thing's pretty good. Purchase. It's mine now. Where did it go? Things. Why aren't you wearing this? Could have sorted out my inventory a long time ago. Where's the drake facing east? Don't understand. This drake's skull faces east. The soil underneath is soft and moist. Leave. Am I correct? What about the other drakes?
That's unusual.
Oh, well. Mushrooms. Cool. This guy. Hello. Bury the scroll of whale. As you cover the ancient scroll with the last handful of soil, the shifting voice speaks in your head once more. Well done, Watcher.
Hey.
I'm broke. I've done it. The sun-kissed what? Is it Easternwood? Margaret's folk? I have to look around the area, the world. I remember there was a graveyard in one of the areas, but I forgot which area it was. Nope, not here. I think it's here.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is...
Is this not the place? It looks where the dead folk sleep. Oh, rest among. I guess I should take a rest here.
Ready, Watcher.
After I leveled her up. I think the art bypass is always good. Driving flight or stunning shots? Not sure. Or should I just heal companion? I think stunning shot is the best. No, driving flight. Alright, let's
Sure.
rest here. As you sleep, you are buoyed and buffeted by the vagaries of dreams. They tumble and thrash about you and fill your mind's eye with pale, glittering motes. They resolve into a light snowfall and a biting northerly wind. You recognize the mountains of the White March rising around you, and you shiver. You see Stalwart a few miles away, quiet and still, but for a few curling streams of smoke rising from the chimneys. Durgan's battery is perched above it, its shadow stretching into the valley. Above it all, you hear a steep, slow rhythm. At first, it sounds like a distant drumming, but then it grows louder, cracking through the dry air and booming from the mountain peaks. It builds until you feel it reverberating beneath your feet. Watch and listen. Oh no. Each thud comes louder and faster than the next. Thunder echoes from the mountain tops as great sheets of ice and snow tumble down the slopes. But the rhythms keeps building, shattering frozen lakes and like crystal saucers. New ravines split through the mountains as old chasms fill with snow and scree. The rock slide buries Stalwart, and Durgan's battery is shaken into rubble. Shadows rise over the mountains, the vanguard of a massive army. You flee. You tumble from the foothills and bound across the deerwood, feeling the rumble of the advancing army all the while. Barricade yourself in Cade Noir. Cade Noir rises from the forest, its walls, though only half mended, promising safety. You barricade yourself within the great hall as the pounding grows closer still. It rattles the foundations of the great keep, and just as the masonry begins shaking loose, you hear an unholy battle cry coming from your courtyard. The ceiling collapses and sends a cascade of bricks and beams onto your head. You struggle to wakefulness, kicking at the bedding knotting around your legs. As you shake free of the last bonds of sleep, you hear a voice whisper something in a language you've never heard, and you see an image of 100 shifting, staring eyes. You awaken, furiously warm and covered in sweat. The loamy soil squishes underfoot, and something invisible seems to rise from it. You detect essence, faint and barely perceptible, drifting up from the graveyard. The grave sleeper seems to feed on it, and the strange voices grow quieter still. Another verse gleams in the steel. The final part of the poem shines along the blade. Fingers of the world, Adra strong and whole, kneel before the pillars, bring order to your soul. What? I don't understand. This makes no sense. What? Reach the pillars mentioned in the last verse.
Hey.
Pillars. Pillars. I want to confirm something at Cade Noir.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
Can you really? What's going on? What was the screaming? A deep and mighty power emanates from the dead Adra pillars. It resonates in the Grey Sleeper. Kneel. As you kneel, the voices in the Grey Sleeper reaches a low, peaceful harmony. A final surge of energy fills the blade. and the voices fall silent. You feel the curse snap like rotten cord. Oh. Achievement unlocked. Soulbinder. A penance now complete, a burden now a gift. Keep this weapon at your side to remind you of your shrift. I have no idea what shrift means. Nope. I'm an idiot. Do you guys know what shrift means? I don't. That's all for now. Farewell. Oh shoot, on second thought, let's hold off for now. I almost made a huge mistake. Let's see what this guy's weapon is. It's a two-handed greatsword. There's greatsword. Greatsword, pike, warhammer. No, it doesn't matter. Hold the line. What's an implement? I don't need penetrating shot. Yeah, brutal takedown. That's awesome. Death Ring or Gaze of Atragon. More damage never seems to hurt anyone. Snowball. Next one. I like this guy. Summon ogres. This sounds better. Wait, I want him as a gunner. What am I doing? Ruffian. Which one gives Arquebus bonus? Oh, he probably already has it. Marksman seems good. Oh, I need a healing. Wait, what's Uranus' weapon again? Is it a sword or a great? Oh, it's cool. Doesn't say if it's a sword, what weapon type it is. Oh, it's an S-Talk. I don't think it's a special kind of weapon. Yeah, S-Talk is something different from a sword. -13 burn damage doesn't seem very good. More spell slots.
Hey.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
I'm just hoping I'm going the right way. Is there a cliff here? No, there isn't. Let's try here. Oh, I missed the loot.
Hey.
The breeze. The deep ruts in the road suggested heavy wagon traffic. This place can't be far from a big city. Are you serious? It's not here? Is it the bridge? Let's try the bridge next. Oh, free stuff. I hope it's here. No, it's not. How about to the cliffs you saw in the vision? The breeze smelled salty. These cliffs are near the ocean. It's not near the ocean. Dang, this isn't the place. Let's try this place instead. Want money? You can have money. Or you can have the devil. The hero of the Saints War. Oh, I want to go visit that person. I want to give up and just look online. See where this place is. I'm looking it up. I have no clue. Oh, maybe it's... No, it can't be inside Defiance Bay. It's outside of it. Oh, are you kidding me? It's a place I missed. Of course it's not on the map. It's this way. Irwin Bluff. The long hunt. Okay, I'm here.
Keeping quiet.
Do these look like the cliffs from your vision?
Oh gosh. Back down.
Aztec were then rough.
Oh, that guy's already dead. Right.
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, what the heck?
Aztec were.
Hey.
That's it.
Where did this guy come from? Oh wow, this is bad.
Hey.
Slow and silent.
Hey.
Parathis!
Oh shoot, I'm dying.
Following your lead.
Thing isn't doing the job.
Cliff. A lively breeze ruffles your clothes as you approach the edge of the bluff. The cave mouth yawns from the cliff face. It's only a dozen feet below your position, but the weathered rock is too smooth to scale. A rock perches near the precipice. It feels like a sturdy anchor. Tie your rope to the rock, securing it with your grappling hook, then climb down. You fasten your rope to the rock and descend. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind whips along from the bay. You struggle to hold onto the rope as the breeze tosses you around. The wind picks up and knocks Sagani into the wall. Sagani loses hold of the rope and begins to plummet. Without hesitation, Aloth reaches out and grabs Sagani. The weight wrenches Aloth's shoulder, but saves Sagani from certain death. Moments later, the gale subsides and you make your way to the mouth of the cave. Oh, what? Poor Aloth.
I'll see what I can find.
Wait, why is Adir the one with the wrenched shoulder? That makes no sense. It was Aloth who caught Sagani. Charge.
Yes?
Oh shoot. Adir is dying. Get out of the way. He needs help.
Hey.
Oh nice. How about be revived during combat 5 times to unlock the next level? What? I do not understand. Adir, whose job is to not die, needs to die. This is so confusing. Where is the revive spell when you need it? Oh, Kana had revive, but I did not take that spell.
Hey.
Ring of Celonan.
Hey.
You're a wizard, right? Yes, he's a wizard.
Hey.
I'll take a look.
Right. As you reach the edge of the bluff, you recognize the exact location from your vision of Ursoc, who was here not long ago. Zagani stands alert, the Adra statuette in one hand while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trace of Bursoc's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. You feel Persoc running through the forest this time, hurtling and dashing around rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast. You can't make out the details between the blurred greenery. Something looms out of the trees ahead of you. Persoc finally stops in front of an Andra arc. Examine your surroundings. The soil is soft and moist. The river reed grows around you. You must be close to a body of fresh water. Do you recognize a natural arc made of Adra? They got something like that out in Arrow, Glanfath, across the water from Twin Elms. I know where to look next for Persoc.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persoc is now.
No.
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year.
What was he like?
That depends on who you ask.
He kicks a pebble
I
over
talked
the
to
cliff.
everyone in Masuk before I left. I heard he was a strong leader, a dependable builder, a caring grandfather, a wise elder, a generous neighbor, a cunning negotiator.
He shrugs. Might as well be one of those impossibly perfect heroes from the Adir epics. He was probably all of those things at different times.
The odd thing is, many in Masuk weren't much older than me when Persoc passed. And yet everyone wanted to make sure he heard about something in particular. Our trade with the Amawa, our successful hunts, peace with neighboring villages.
She kicks another pebble over the edge. Ipimak follows its arc, his ears forward. He was obviously important to your people.
It just seems odd that so few of us remember him beyond the things he did for the village. Most of his family members, the ones who knew him, are in their twilight years now. And Persoc was too busy to spend much time with his younger relatives.
I don't know which option to pick. He changed the village, that's worth remembering.
Perhaps you're right. Anyway, what about this Theos character you're searching for? Seems like he was someone important to you. What do you remember about him?
I think he was an authority figure of some kind.
Not a lot to go on, huh? Hopefully you can pick up a few more clues about him while we're running around.
Enough chatter from me, or Persoc will find himself a new body before we even get to this one. Alright, let's move on.
Hey.
Oh, what the heck?
Brave thou Thilon
Down for 2 seconds.
That's it. Hey.
What the heck, it's a drake.
Wayface, sail, miss.
Let's leave Adair alone for a while.
Following your lead.
Oh wow. Come on, Adair, go down. We'll save you.
If the Asian doesn't wake up.
Okay, now revive this guy.
Moe Ixi Ana.
Okay, he's revived. Everyone kill him. Get vengeance for Adair.
Hey.
Okay, that's one revive.
Hey. Hey.
Just 4 more revives to go.
Hey. Hi? Hey. Hey.
What's down here? Okay.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I must gather my party before venturing forth.
Amazing.
Hey.
You could fit a whole village in here.
At a moment, would appreciate a chance to talk. My lord, I don't wish to trouble you, but I could use your help in a personal matter. Very well, let's hear it. You call your allies together and motion for the petitioner to step forward. This is harder to say than I thought it would be. My name is Odenya. I fought in the Saints' War, same as most of my kin. I followed orders no more, but between one thing and another, I guess I made a reputation for myself. They call me a hero. Every street I walk down, I get handshakes and comments. The dozens. They act like I'm some figurehead for their schemes. The things I've done, I don't get much sleep. The last thing I need is all this attention. All I want is some peace. Please, you're the only one I can turn to. Sounds like you could use some rest. Head out into The woods, you mean? I won't find rest in Defiance Bay. Seems like half my neighbors are in the dozens. You'll be less recognizable outside the Deerwood. I'll give you some coin for the move. I see something else then. Who's Maneha? I forgot who Maneha is. I'm a bad leader. I don't know who my companions are. Maneha's a good listener. She can help you take some of this off your shoulders. I've seen a few battles myself. It's hard for folks who haven't to know what it's really like. Yes, that. I think this will help. Thank you, Lord Blazechar. You don't know what this means to me. Yeah, I don't really have the money to send him on a vacation outside Deerwood.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
What does that mean? This is not the place I'm looking for, it seems. Is it in this cave? Nope. Let's try this area. See if there's an Ark of Atra.
Hey.
Find the Atra Ark in the woods. If it's not here, then I have no idea where it is. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at video games, so these kind of things stump me quite. Darn it.
Well met, friend.
I have no idea where this Elm Shore is. Oh shoot, that's not where Elm Shore is. Oh,
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
this place is open. I had no idea. Wow, what luck.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
You hear grating and grinding coming from the stone head above you. The chips of Aldra in its eye sockets glow bright green. A voice deep and resonant echoes from the stone mouth. What begins as a garble of language resolves itself in your own mother tongue. There is no truer blade than essence forged in bronze. Turn twice to the left and prepare yourself for its reckoning.
Steady does it.
The stairs have collapsed, leaving a long drop to the floor below. Look below. The lower floor is dark, but you see puddles of water and fungi growing on the stone surfaces. Anchor a grappling hook to the edge and climb down. Why is scanning always letting go of the rope? Oh, it's a new area. One eye.
Hey.
I'll take a look.
Where did she go? Oh, she's right here. I feel like I'm a bit over leveled for this area.
Of course.
Ooh.
Hey.
Didn't switch. Nope. Stop. I laugh, you missed.
Hey.
I'll take a look.
Is it booby trapped?
Hi? Hey.
Laying low.
Of course it's a trap.
Hey. Hey.
Wait.
Like, how does that even work? How do you use a wounding arrow without a bow?
How may I help? The work of a moment. Hey.
Oh, whoops. Never mind.
Keeping an eye out.
What's over here?
Wait. Selmes.
Hey. Leave it to me. Hey.
Where does this exit to? Where am I? Oh, at the bottom of Stonework Gorge. He arrives at last. Who arrives at last? Well, well, well. A woman in robes, flanked by an armed group, savors every word before whispering the next. Finally, you should have remained in defiance bay. She draws a smile, pale and full, that droops below her recessed chin. But I'm glad you didn't have better sense. I've looked forward to this since you got in our way. Any last words? After all the effort you've mustered, it'd be a shame to end it quickly. Stay silent. Walk away before you get hurt. You've got a noble heart. The woman wets her lips. I'm going to enjoy seeing it burn. Time to end this. Dramatic music is dramatic. I'm scared. Knock this guy down. I'll take this wizard down. Let's see how this even works. Wait. Where's the other shield? Oh, what the heck. Get out of there.
That's it. Ready.
Following your lead.
Why isn't Ader dying?
Let's go.
Of course.
I should probably examine the stuff I'm picking up.
Hey.
Time to go back inside.
I'll take a look.
Save before something bad happens. That's my motto. Doomed. Ignore the spider. Ignore the other spiders.
Yes?
Oh, wait a minute. That's a lot of spirits.
Wait.
If it please you.
Yes?
Oh, that spell's pretty powerful. I like it. I like it when powerful spells do a lot of damage.
This thing is doing the job.
That's it!
Approach and make yourself known to me after I take out this loot.
Yeah. Nice and slow.
The stone faces Adra eyes glow and a voice rumbles from its open mouth. The past is the hilt of a weapon. The true warrior grasps it and knows his strength. Speak the quality that defines you. I don't know. None of these describe me the best. I bring people together. I'm at my best when working alongside my allies. So it is with your power. The symbol burns on the wall behind the stone head. The stone head is silent. Its Adra eyes half dulled.
And what does the flame reveal?
Where's Aetier? Oh, there he is. Approach and speak your will. As a green light spills from the relief's eyes, you hear another deep, rough-edged voice. Desire is the aim of the soul. It is purpose and direction, the sharpened point of a blade. Speak your ambition that your soul may strike true. I would inspire those around me and lend my strength to our common purpose. So it shall be. A symbol glows to life on the wall. It pulses with light smoldering against the lichen-covered wall. A vessel of flesh may house a soul for years, but a vessel of bronze will house a soul for generations. Enter the water and choose a vessel of stone. I am scared. Do I become a cyborg? Or an android?
Of course. Hey.
Oh fudge. I'm dead. Attack.
Hey.
What the heck?
Way sail.
That's a lot of spiders. I'm scared. Why are there so many spiders? I'm scared.
How may I help?
Leave it to me. That's not very helpful.
You feel an unwelcome crawling sensation in your head. A high-pitched ring overwhelms your senses and is accompanied by angry utterance. Invader thief. The voice is alien and fierce, jolting through your mind like lightning. Needles stab at your brain with every syllable, but vanish abruptly along with the words. The ring and your head is gone.
Hey.
Am I not supposed to be here?
I shall be quiet as a calm sea.
Did I screw up?
Hey.
Way sail.
I think I screwed up.
Hey.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Hey.
I go back here. I'm looking up how to complete this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Wait.
You're not getting through me. Hey.
Wait. Selmes metu.
Here's a lesson to be taught. And what does the flame reveal?
Hey. Hey.
The serpentine symbols and icons of Anguith engraved into the floor resolve into words in your mind. The warrior shall call forth 2 witnesses, and they shall take up positions upon the emblems that bear testament to the character of his soul. The warrior shall ascend the dais, soul vessel in hand, to undergo transference. Bearing his soul vessel and a weapon with a heart of Adra, the warrior may then approach the urn. He shall fashion an arm worthy of his skills and ambition.
Hey. I? Hey.
I have no idea what's going on. Whoops, where did Adir go?
Hey. Hey.
I'm so confused right now. This large tunnel curves underneath the floor and continues to the east. It's blocked by glistening ropes of webbing that you might be able to slide past. The walls beneath the webbing feel weak and crumbly. With the proper tools, you might be able to widen the passage. Widen the tunnel with a hammer and chisel. You find a weak point in the rock and hammer at the walls of the passage. The brittle stone crumbles away. Within minutes, you've created enough room to slip through the tunnel. As you clear a passage, the needle-like voice digs into your skull once more. Infiltrating, pursuing, you shall not have it. You hear a hungering chittering. Now, feed. Skittering creatures with gnashing mandibles pour from the walls.
Wait.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm going to die. I do not want to die.
Hey.
Thicky threads of webbing dangle from the mouth of the tunnel. The passage through it is clear enough. Enter the tunnel. What? Darn it. Keep getting ambushed. Oh, trap triggered. What? Hello? Is this not combat?
Hey. Leave it. Hey.
I'll take a look.
A robed, gangly creature lurches toward you, and you feel something needling at your brain again. The screeching hiss that invades your mind is edged with rage, digging and ferreting animal. It pauses, its mouthpiece clacking. When its words fill your mind again, they're tempered with fear. My legacy. It clutches an egg-like stone within its spindly fingers. The white stone glows with life and you feel a presence inside. The creature notices your interest for the colony. It cocks its head. Animal calm, peaceful, yes? Its thoughts echo back at you from within the stone. It occurs to you that a piece of the creature's soul is somehow housed within it. What are you doing with that stone? Legacy, colony, its segmented mouth parts scraped together. Young are always few, slow to hatch, fragile. The creature indicates itself with a hairy appendage. Last up colony, soon to die. It draws the stone closer to its narrow chest. Long dead animals put spirit stuff in metal. It points behind it. I keep spirit stuff in stone. Take to new colony. Colony alone is weak, young, frail, empty of wisdom. But two colonies together survive, make strong colony. It strokes the stone. Need legacy to guide new colony. Keep it strong. Go, and may there be peace between our kinds. Its black, unblinking eyes stare back at you. Warm relief gushes into your mind. Knows peace and gentleness it does. Nordic, go. Bring legacy. Many thanks.
I'll take a look.
Oh, so this is the Adra weapon I need. Okay,
Hey.
Deer, stand here. I
Yes.
lock. Stand here. Me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, was that thing?
Hey.
That guy was holding the soul vessel. I see. I guess I failed. What's over here?
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Why are there so many dead people? Time to loot their corpses. What the heck is going on?
Hey.
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Where's my animal companion? Oh, whoops.
Dead on. Parathis.
Of course. Steady does it.
Oh, was that the specter? Were those specter the spirits of the bodies I'm looting here? Oh.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'd be sure to put your stuff to good use. I guess I failed this mission. Oh well.
right then.
Hey. Gores.
Who are you, dead adventurer?
Hey.
My condolences.
Hey.
Oh, that's a lot of spotted stag here. Oh shoot, he's almost dead.
Leave it to me. Dead on.
Hey.
Check our toes.
Wait, sailmates. Me.
Oh no. It's been dominated. Run.
Gores. Hey. Hey.
You're not getting through.
Pudding, I like pudding. Kill it with fire. Defeat Adair. Oh, he's packed now. Sorry, Adair. Durance, no.
Hey.
Stop attacking Durance.
Yes. Following your lead.
No, shoot that guy.
Hey.
Leave it to me.
Hey.
Wonder what's up here. Nothing. Not these guys again. Burn it.
Crave thou celestially.
Ah, that's worth that rock. Ah, that's worth that rock.
Why can't I use this spell? Oh, it's around the caster.
Yes.
Ah, Ulu Sen.
Did I even do anything? Oh. It dealt some damage, huh?
Leave it to me.
Crave thou celestially.
That.
All right then.
Oh, Elm Shore. Standard.
Audra Arch, dead ahead.
Nice and quiet.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Alright, Alof, prepare the fireball. Or didn't work. Or are you stuck?
What? What?
There we go.
Hey. This thing isn't doing the job. Leave it to me. Let's go. Hey. That's it. Sure. This thing isn't doing the job.
Moeth ixi ana.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Okay, this isn't worth it. Attack. Destroyed. This guy. Avenge Adir.
Hey.
Oh. Right.
Hey.
Now Adir can stop dying in battle now.
Of course.
Audra Arch, dead ahead.
We probably camp here once. There we go.
All right then.
Anyone says
Anyone suspected of treachery must be reported at once. Good, you have come. You have heard of the recent defections from our order caused by this apostate in Kratum.
an answer floats to the surface of your consciousness, remembered from ages ago? Yes, I have.
This is a dangerous woman whose lies spread like plague. She inspires chaos, sows conflict. Because of these unusual circumstances, I am speaking to all our initiates personally to ensure there is no more dissension.
You mean because she was one of us?
Who she was no longer matters. If her following continues to grow, there will be war, and all our work will be undone. You were recruited from Kratum, were you not? You must have known this heretic woman, Yavara.
At hearing the name, a flood of memories pours into your mind. I was in love with her.
I see. And did she return the sentiment?
Yes.
I trust that you will snuff out this flame if it still burns. The gods do not take pity on traitors. I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
I understand, Your Eminence. What the heck was that? I'll drop pillars. What the heck?
Ready, Watcher.
That's it.
Knock this lady down. Knock this ranged blade down even though it's immune to prone.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Hey.
Ogre Druid. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of ogres. Whoa, I'm taking damage. Too much damage. I require assistance. Ogre Matron? Oh no. Second. Oh, he's down. Wait, what does this do?
Ready, watch.
Levaru beyond sea.
Thing isn't doing the job.
I'm willing to sacrifice. No, actually, I'm not willing to sacrifice my pet.
Moe Ixi Ana.
Follow. Following your lead.
Hey.
Brave thou Thela.
Parathis!
Hey. Hey.
That was one tough battle.
All right then.
That's unusual.
Hey.
Where's this Audra arc?
Steady does it. Yes?
Arthek, were that...
What?
Hey.
Following your lead.
You don't deserve to stand back up.
Let's go. Francis!
All right then.
Light, flame, and sound.
Okay, it's not booby
I'll
trapped.
have it in no time. The work of a moment. You give me any more gifts and people will start thinking you're playing favorites. Hey.
Oh, there's the arc. Of course, there'll be enemies. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. Fuck. Oh, he's been dominated. What? Not sure who's getting dominated, but I can't see what's going on.
working.
Oh, you're all turning on me? Even after what we've been through?
Hey.
The Adra arc looms in front of you, just as you saw it through Persok's eyes. Zagani turns, watching the trees for movement. As the arc's shadow falls over you, the wooded shore fades into a different scene. You're standing in another forest. Blackened, bare trunks claw their way out of the soil and keep a solemn vigil over the eyes, young trees and tender shrubs. You move slowly through the woods and the ruins scattered throughout them. Stone pillars and broken arcs show the bones of some destroyed building. Between and amidst it are all are elves and orglins, their faces painted and their bows drawn. Burnt trees, crumbly ruins. Where is this? No one seems to recognize it. I've seen the next
I'll follow
location.
I always get a strange feeling near the end of a hunt. Like an itch on the end of my nose. I feel like we're close.
You sound surprised.
I am. After all this time. A part of me had already accepted that I'd never find him. That I'd be stuck wandering like this forever. I'll admit, I didn't believe you at first. Still didn't until now.
What changed?
I haven't spent this much time around anyone since the long hunts in Nasitak. But I've gotten to know you. Seen how you deal with Kith. Whatever else you turn out to be when we find Theos, you're honest. I know you wouldn't lead me astray in this. Good question.
After 5 years, I'm not sure what the point of this is. Persok has moved on, and while I'm out here, everyone is in Mosok is carrying on as normal. And that'll be the case whether I come back having found Persok or die out here. To be honest, I'm not sure what that means for me. She thumps the Adra wall with the heel of her hand, but I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we gotta find Persok, as well as your query, Blazechar. Should give me time to figure out what I'll say to him. What do you think he will tell Persok?
I guess that depends on who he is now. I'd like to think that traveling for 5 years entitles me to give him a solid earful about all of it. But what really matters to someone in Persok's position? The village he left behind? The family he likely won't remember?
I wish my fractured memories told me more about the people closest to me.
Must be lonely not knowing a thing like that. I guess I've taken that much for granted.
Hey.
Brave Alcilastili.
How may I help?
could show.
Sacre!
Brave thou Philos,
Leave it to me!
You'll turn on me next. I have a feeling. Yep, as I suspected. Traitor.
Yes?
I?
Moe Ixiana.
Of course. Yeah. This thing isn't doing. Hey. Lava will be on seat. Hey.
Oh, it's another antelope.
Hey.
Brave thou Philos,
Hey.
The man on the ground gasps for air, clutching his chest as he struggles. On closer examination, you see his red cloak obscures the full extent of his injuries. His face widens as blood pools around him. Please, traveler. He reaches out arduously, extending his hand to you. Help the man get to his feet. No, he moans, slumping out of your grip. Do not trouble yourself. This body is a ruined shell, but my soul will live on. That is all that matters. What happened? Forgetful, so careless, he mutters, blood seeping from his lips. Cuts on my knuckles from morning practice. He holds his blood-soaked hand out in front of him. The laggers. They smelled the blood on me. thought they found their next meal. The man reaches down to clutch his left leg, his finger running along a jagged length of bone protruding his knee. They were almost correct. The man lets out a long sigh and smiles at you with a low, slowing nod. You are known to us, Watcher. We know you have treated others honestly, fairly. His face becomes pale and lapses into a wide smile. And I have need of someone trustworthy to finish my mission. Please still allow me to tend to your wounds, or at least ease the pain. As you move close to help, the monk places his hand on yours and gently rebuffs your efforts with his remaining strength. Your intentions are kind, but I must embrace my suffering and ready my soul for its next journey. This must be delivered to my order. The monk weakly grasps for his satchel, drawing from it a messenger's scroll case. Take it, he rasps, waving the missive at you. It needs to be carried to the celestial sapling. Give this to my brothers. They will reward you. Do not open it, he cries out, his voice crackling. The contents are for my brothers only. If the seal is broken, they will. Blood erupts from the man's mouth, streams of red oozing down his neck. His head slumps backwards, and his body goes still. Throw the scroll case in your pack. You place the scroll case in your pack and venture onward.
Hey.
Oh, oops. I should not have done that.
Hey.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Ooh, bars. Cool. Forum construction completed. There's a couple of upgrades left to go. Extra more still.
Tread carefully, Estromore.
The warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city. The 6 tribes of Sir Glanfath welcomes you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthsong district. You are free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into the other districts. Those are forbidden to Estromoran. What can you tell me about Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glenfathans, as it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is the only place in Sir Glenfath where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into four districts. Earth Song, the Commons District, Old Song, the site of our temples, Elms Reach, home of the Lemgan and Druids, and the Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city.
Twin Elms. I've never been this far into Air Glanfath before.
I assure you, they saw the man break into Tir Evron, and Orlane, dressed in thick furs, appears, immersed in conversation. He locks his hands together to emphasize his point. I speak true, he commanded, strange powers they claim. An elven woman lifts her eyes from her furry companion and nods in your direction. Another foreigner, did he look like this one? Orlane turns around.
Many blessings, traveler.
What is it, Ashomar? Tell me about the man you speak of. A strange man, a foreigner, broke into Terror Evron, the tower under the giant elms. Lestra Morwen cannot walk the grounds of Elms Reach. Why was he allowed to pass? This one was unseen. He wielded a strange power. We now know. What's Terror Evron? Terror Evron has stood since the time of the builders, and it will stand long after we're all gone. Yes, the tower stands strong, and the gods live within its sacred hall. It's no place for unclean souls or foreigners. You said the gods live in Terror Evron. How is that possible? The mysteries of our ancestors are not for every foreigner to understand. In Twin Elms, in the temples of the builders, the gods commune with us. Be sated in knowing this truth. Goodbye.
Hey.
Where's the celestial sapling?
Hail, Estramore.
I can't find the celestial sapling. This is so confusing. Orange tabby cat. The tabby cat snaps out of its placid stupor as you approach. It opens its eyes wide, following your every step, before trotting to your side to rub against your legs. Thank you. I think I will end the stream here. Thank you all for watching.